Hi and welcome to this video from the number section, and in this video we're going to be having a little look at rounding numbers. So here we go, rounding. Sometimes it's a lot easier when describing things to, rather than describing the actual number, to describe an approximation, a number that's kind of close to the one that you're working with. So for example, let's say if Wolves were playing Man United and we had 28,678 in attendance, and you were, for example, writing a news article or a match report, would you want to say the exact number, or would you just say, you know what, there was 28,500 people there, or you might just say, well, the attendance was close to 30,000. Either way, we've got to know how to round things and pick which is the most appropriate number to use. So let's have a look at it on our number line. And so, well, there you go, there's our 28,678, and what we're doing is say, okay, well, to the nearest, and in this particular case, this number line is the nearest 500, because we're going up in 500 intervals, so 27,000, 27,500, and so on. So the nearest 500 to our arrow is clearly 28,500. So we could say to the nearest 500, that figure there, 28,678, is approximately 28,500 or 28,500. Now, in this example we just did, I talked about to the nearest 500, but it might be, say, okay, you know what, we want this to the nearest 1,000. So let's have a look at a number line to the nearest 1,000. There it is, I've taken away the 500s. And now we can see which number is to the nearest 1,000 is closest to our value. Well, clearly it's this one here, 29,000. So to the nearest 1,000, 28,678 is approximately 29,000. And if we have a look at our statement at the top here, where it says close to 30,000, in that situation, that number would have been rounded to the nearest 10,000. So we're saying, is this number here close to 20,000 or 30,000? Clearly close to 30,000. And in the test, you're going to be told what level of accuracy you've got to use. Is it going to be the nearest 10, the nearest 100, the nearest 1,000, or whatever it's going to be, but you will get that information in the question. Right then, moving on. There's one basic rule that you need to know that I'm assuming you're going to be already familiar with, which is that one. So if it's 5 or more, we round up. So, for example, if we had what is 635 to the nearest 10, here comes our number line. There we go. I've got written out my number line to the nearest 10, 620, 630, 640, and so on. And clearly we can see that 635 is going to sit exactly in the middle. And because it's exactly in the middle, we've got to decide, okay, are we going to use 630 or 640? It genuinely makes no difference. As long as everybody obeys the same rule and does the same thing, it's absolutely okay. So in this case, we're going to round up because it's 5 or more. So I'm looking at that digit there as a 5 or more, so we're going to round up and choose 640. Now, one way to help, if you're not quite sure on these, is to use what I like to call a cover-up method. So let's have a look at how we could do that. So you've got the question, what is 7,684 to the nearest 100? So there we go. So what I would advise you to do, if you're not sure, you write out the number. And then so what we're going to do is cover up the digits after the hundreds column, because we want the hundreds column because the question says the nearest 100. So I've just, if you want to like physically get your thumb and cover up the number you've written on your piece of paper. So there we go. So we've got the 7 and the 6 still showing. Then we're going to look at that 6 and say, is that 6 going to stay as it is? Or is it going to round up? And is it going to become a 7? And to find the answer to that question, we need to look at the next digit, which we've currently got covered. So let's just uncover it now. There we go. So now we're looking at that digit there, that 8, and say, well, is that 5 or more? Does it obey our rule up here? And clearly it does. It's 5 or more. That tells us in our rule that we've got to round up. So what that's going to do is make that 6 there change. And so that 6 is going to become a 7. So what we've got now is it's approximately 7,700 when written to the nearest 100.